Welcome to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video is going to be about how we can pause at the top of the backswing to better sequence our downswing to help utilise our lower body for more efficiency, more speed. Stay tuned to find out more. As mentioned, today's video is going to be about sequencing your downswing better. So what I'm going to get you to do is a drill as an exercise, and by all means you could incorporate this into the full swing. I'm going to be showing it with a driver, but we could incorporate this into any golf swing that's relevant, whether we're talking about the irons or the woods. How if we get a stop, a little pause at the top of our backswing, we can better sequence our downswing. Now, what do I mean by sequence on the downswing? We want to start from the ground up. We call it ground force reaction. So as we start our downswing, it should be our feet and our knees. Then it will be our hips, then it will be our core, then it will be our shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands. So these are the last things to be moving. What actually happens, not that we'd ever think about it this way, is our body fires and slows down. The next area fires and slows down, so the energy is passed on. What we see with a lot of golfers with poor sequencing, with their upper body dominating their downswing, is their upper body is firing far too early at a similar time to their hips or their lower body. We actually want it to be the lower body first, then the core, then the torso, then the hands. So we want a sequence of events. As I said, one area would actually speed up and slow down, and it's definitely not a conscious thing, but we can help sequence our downswing better if we create the right backswing movement. So what I'm going to encourage you to try is having a slight pause at the top to then make sure that we're starting our downswing with actually our lower body first rather than our upper body. A great way to feel that is actually take the club head weight out of it, so swing the grip. And what we're going to do is, as I said, have that little pause at the top of the backswing, and I'm going to feel like I start this more with my left knee pushing slightly forwards and starting to rotate. Then it's going to be the role of my hips and my core, then my shoulders. I'm not going to be starting the downswing with my upper body. I'm going to have a slight pause and feel like there's a lower body movement. Now you'll see the upper body there is dropping, of course it is, but I'm not pulling the club down, I'm starting the downswing with my lower body first. So I'd encourage you to have some practice swings where we just try and sequence our downswing better, and then go ahead and hit some and try and get the same feeling. I'm actually going to have the slight pause at the top of the backswing and then hit, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this into a swing as if I'm out on the golf course. And it's going to feel like a pause, but it may just be a slightly slower transition. So it may feel like you've actually stopped, but in actual fact, when you look back at a video, it's almost just a little bit smoother. It wasn't quite so snatchy at the top of the backswing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit one or two. The first one, I'm going to have a proper pause at the top of the backswing. So I'm going to try and stop and then hit. Okay? Let's see if I can do that with better balance. There we go. So more of a training swing. Let's actually have a proper stop at the top. You know, we see this with obviously a few of the tour players. Good. A little on the low side, but definitely felt that pause at the top. Really tried to start my downswing with my lower body. I don't want it to be that conscious, you know, on the golf course, but as a range exercise, actually having a proper stop and trying to feel like I start with my lower body first. I'm going to go ahead and hit this one more like a normal swing, but just trying to feel slower in the backswing, feeling like there's a smoother transition, almost feeling like there's a pause at the top, even if there isn't much visible. Let's give it a whirl. And again, felt really solid. Felt smoother, slower in the backswing. I really started my downswing with my lower body. My numbers were pretty good, that just the club face was a little open. I hit up on it by 3 degrees and I swung in to out by ½ degree. So really happy with everything there. Just had the club face a little open, so that was leaking a touch right of target. I'm not going to worry about the distance too much when using range balls. but just trying to get that sequence of the downswing better by having that slight pause at the top of my backswing. As I said, it's good initially to take the club header weight out of it and just swing the grip end, and we could do that right hand only and then left hand only, and really try and get that feeling that we're starting with our lower body, not our upper body. If you have a poor sequence, you're likely to be swinging from out to in. For right-handed golfers, we're likely to see that ball curving off to the right or going straight left, and the opposite for a left-handed golfer. Often we're misstriking it, hitting down on it too much. We're definitely losing distance. So if we can sequence our downswing better by having this slight pause, then definitely give it a go on the golf course once practiced on the range. I hope that video has made some sense. If it has and you've enjoyed the content, give us a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay in touch and watch all the new content every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5:30. Thanks guys, we'll see you soon.